Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Commander, 345th TRS, Lieutenant Colonel Deborah Kent. 345th Director of Operations, Major Mark Lee. 345th Chief Enlisted Manager, Chief Master Sergeant James Gill. Family, friends, faculty, students, thank you for your attendance today. At this time, I'd like to ask our guest speaker, Mr. Scott Tischler, to come forward and give our graduates a few words of wisdom. Mr. Tischler is a former Army individual. We'll leave it at that. He served 8 years both as a combat engineer and as a mental health specialist. We welcome you. Come.
I appreciate Mr. Cherry inviting me to be here. This is a great day for all of you. I congratulate all of you on your accomplishment. I congratulate all of you on your decision to join the Air Force and to do something different with your life than obviously what you were prior to joining the Air Force. Life circumstances are something that life circumstances are always around you at all times. And I just want to talk to you a few moments about how you handle life circumstances, situations. In my capacity, both previously as a behavioral science specialist in the United States Army and subsequently as a business owner, and then moving into the area of ministry and service through Christian service, I deal with a lot of folks that are going through a lot of stuff. And a lot of times I hear this. I'll say, how you doing? And they'll say, well, under the circumstances. And I always want to stop them right there, and I want to say this, and this is what I'm going to challenge and encourage you with. Don't ever live under your circumstances, okay? Because under the circumstances, a lot of us, a lot of you could say a lot of things like, yeah, I had a bad upbringing, I had a bad situation, I had a bad work experience, I had a bad boss, I had a bad commander, I had a bad this, I had a bad that. And we can all live under our circumstances and always be defeated. Or you can choose to live above your circumstances no matter what they are, no matter what you find yourself in. And you can make yourself a better person. So I always want to stop them and say, don't live under your circumstances. And my challenge to you is this: don't live under your circumstances. In your life, there's going to be 3 kinds of circumstances that you're going to deal with, both in your military career and in your civilian life. You're going to deal with circumstances that are in your control to change, and you change them. One of the easy examples of that is when you're hungry. When you're hungry, your circumstances is, I want to eat. You can get up and do something about that. You can change that circumstance. You get up, you go to the refrigerator, you run to the store, you go to the McDonald's, you get something to eat, you change that circumstance. There are going to be times you're going to deal with stuff. You can change the circumstance, and you choose to do so. I encourage you to constantly look to make good choices in changing your life circumstance or situation. You'll be surprised at the position you can find yourself in when you make good choices. Now, there are things that happen that are absolutely out of your control. That's another circumstance. There are times life deals you a curveball you didn't see coming. You didn't have any plans to deal with it. You didn't expect it to happen. You didn't do a thing for it to happen. And you can sometimes change those, sometimes you can't. When you can't change them, learn to get through them, not live under them. Learn to go around them. Learn to be a problem solver, not adding to the problem. I encourage you to do that. Another, and the last one I want to talk about, the circumstances you guys will find yourself in, are circumstances you can change, but choose not to. Now sometimes the choice not to change the circumstance may be the right one, but sometimes the choice not to change the circumstance is the wrong one. Sometimes we find ourselves apathetic, maybe even a little bit lazy. Maybe we don't want to deal with it. Maybe we don't want to interject ourselves into it. But if you have the opportunity to change a bad circumstance or situation, I challenge you to be men and women of integrity and do what you can to change your circumstance for the better, to change your situation. Don't just walk away. Don't just choose not to deal with it. Choose to embrace it, handle it, and move on from it. But whatever you guys do, no matter where your life takes you, no matter where your military career ends up, don't live under any circumstance at any time. Always live above it and always get through it. Thanks, Mr. Cherry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we will present our Area Education and Training Command Distinguished Graduate Award. This is given to the graduate who has maintained at least a 95% average throughout the entire course and demonstrated outstanding leadership in class, teamwork to fellow airmen, and followership when called upon. Would Chief Master Sergeant Gill please come forward to present this award? The recipient of Class 12011 Distinguished Graduate Award with an overall grade point average of 95% is Brandon J. Julius.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. Honor of basic training. That's awesome. Wow, thank you.
And now we prepare for the presentation of the graduating classes, Tech Training Diplomas. Class 12011, prepare to graduate.
Stand up.
Airman First Class, Jeffrey T. Anderson.
Little Rock, Arkansas.
Airman First Class, Caitlin R. Cardello.
Bradley Air National Guard Base, Connecticut.
Airman Tyler J. Crabtree.
Nine 34th Airlift Wing, Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Airman First Class, Haley E. Fortunette.
Quonset Air Force Base, Rhode Island.
Airman Basic Rudy R. Fergine.
Westover Air Reserve Base, Massachusetts.
Airman First Class, Brandon J. Julius.
Holt Air Force Base, North Carolina.
Airman Basic Brenda J. McCarthy.
Westover Air Force Base, Massachusetts.
Airman Basic Michael C. Page.
Westover Air Force Base, Massachusetts.
Airman Basic Albert M. Perez.
Joint Base San Antonio, Texas.
Airman First Class Connor P. Shanley.
First Air Refueling Wing, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Airman First Class Dolly M. Spice.
Andrews Air Force Base, Maryland.
Airman First Class Bethany S. Stolpin.
Bradley National Guard, Connecticut.
Airman Basic and reigning 37th Training Group Airman of the Month, Ashley A. Vasquez.
Homestead Air Force Base, Florida.
All right, Eddie, it's just a few minutes. I got a couple things for you guys. First, thank you for your great words, which is a great segue into the rest of our day, which we have resiliency training today and tomorrow. So take his words and remember those. Just a couple of points first. Airman Spice, don't tell anybody that Andrews you can sing, or you'll be singing all the time. All right? Andrews has a lot of ceremonies, and you have a beautiful voice. If you don't want to sing all the time, you better keep that secret to yourself. All right? And again, congratulations for our Airman of the Month at the group level. We beat out all of our sister squadrons over VTC. So she had to compete, not in person, but over VTC, and won. We won 2 wins in a row. Again, congratulations. The award will come to your duty station. I'm hoping to stop it before they put it in the mail to us. And then we'll forward it to your duty station to present to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations, you guys. It took all of you to help her win. And again, phenomenal job. I know I'm between you and the door, right? So just give me just a couple minutes and then I'll let you go. I came to talk to you guys at expectations, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what was number 1? Graduate on time, right? It took some extra effort to graduate on time. First off, you guys had the opportunity to go home over Christmas. True?
Yes.
Okay, you had that little road bump that could have helped waylay you a little bit and not get you back on focus and be able to graduate on time. Congratulations, you've graduated. You are ready to get onto that duty station and do what you joined the Air Force to do. What was number 2?
Stay out of trouble.
You had to stay out of trouble to get here today, all right? Again, I talked to you before you went on Exodus, and I talked to you about making wise choices and staying out of trouble on Exodus. You did that. You are here, but the problem is it doesn't stop here. You guys belong to this squadron until you sign in at your first duty station. I don't want you to come back. If you come back, that's not a good thing. That means you made a poor choice on your transition to your next duty station that we had to deal with you here. So continue to stay out of trouble. What was number 3? You're proud of wearing blue. You signed a contract to wear this uniform. Continue to walk around, hold your head held high, and be proud of who you are and what you represent. You represent our service 24/7 in and out of uniform. At the end of the day, when you hang that uniform up, that doesn't stop there. Everything you do represents our service. Make those wise choices. Before you do something, think twice about what you're going to do. Is it something that I would be proud of? Is it something that I want other people to know about? Would I tell my parents? Do I want to see it in the news? I don't want to read about you guys on the bad things or the poor choices you made. I want to hear about all the great things you're going to go out and do. I want your unit to call and say, wow, you sent us some awesome airmen. Great job. And remember that you represent us everything that you do. So think twice before you make those choices. I wish each and every one of you good luck. You're all going to go out and do great things. You have some awesome assignments. Anybody got a bad one? Anybody got one they don't want? They're all good ones, aren't they?
Yes, ma'am.
Go out and do great things. Congratulations. Good luck.
Everyone please stand for the reciting of the Airman's Creed and remain standing for the singing of the Air Force song.
I am an American airman.
I am a warrior. I have answered my nation's call. I am an American airman. My mission is to fly, fight, and win. I am faithful to a proud heritage, a tradition of honor, and a legacy of valor. I am an American airman, guardian of freedom and justice, my nation's sword and shield, its sentry and avenger. I defend my country with my life. I am an American airman, wingman, leader, warrior. I will never leave an airman behind. I will never falter, and I will not fail! Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atta boys, give her the gun, give her the guns! Down we dive, spouting our flames from under. Off with one hell of a roar. We live in fame, or go down in flames. Hey, nothing will stop the U.S. Air Force.
This concludes the official part of today's graduation ceremony. Please stay and congratulate our newest aerial porters as they transition into the operational Air Force.
Thanks for joining us today. Where did you come in from? Thank you. Connecticut.
Congratulations.
Wonderful.
Great job.
And where did you